Let's do this.
Let us begin. Behold!
Episode 17, guys. Episode 17. There's one viewer. 17 episodes in, it's success. This is Umair. And there is
Lloyd. Behold!
There you go. There's the enthusiasm I needed for the past 16 episodes. All right. As you can see, we're having a unspoken beard off. And both of us are winning because we have beards. And we're going to start off with what we're playing right now. Lloyd, go ahead.
Right now, I'm still playing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Is there like a new discovery on your end? You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. I kind of want to talk about this.
No, I mean, it's gotten deeper so far as like, weapon customization and things you could do. The only thing I wish after playing it this long is it feels like just one more country would be good, but it's still a really good game.
So the terrain is getting a little monotonous, you're saying?
A bit.
All right. Well, I am playing Dragon Age Inquisition because it was $12 on GameFly for used games, and I bought it because I like BioWare, and I think I talked about it the last episode. It just doesn't break any major grounds. It feels like. One second, let me take this off the cat.
You got a bell on your cat, man?
Yeah, I got to keep track of him. He's black, hides in the dark. You know what that's like?
Yes, I do.
Most racist thing ever. Now that racism's over, we can get back to it. Playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and it feels like most of the game feels controls and the physics, it works like Mass Effect, which kind of bothers me a bit because it seems lazy on the developer side to use the same engine and just throw on a new mask of texture graphics and storyline to it. But some of the combat stuff is actually pretty cool. Like when you press the PlayStation, whatever that pad is called, that button, and then it goes on the isometric view, and you can kind of choose what the next steps are for all the people, which is kind of fun. It is harder than I expected it to be. Because Mass Effect, I never really found it super challenging. There were challenging parts, but there weren't parts of the game where I was like, oh, I can't go back there.
Because their level was way above yours. Basically, you weren't able to fight them.
Yeah, correct. So in Dragon Age Inquisition, what I'm turning to is there's a large portion of a lot of the different maps where I'm like, I can't go back there until I level up more. So right. There's a lot of strategic element to this game versus Mass Effect. Mass Effect was a little more arcadey.
Right.
So I am liking that. I like the game a lot more now than I was the first few days I was playing it. And the other games I'm playing are, since the last episode, I rented Lollipop Chainsaw, which was horseshit. And I was curious because James Gunn directed it. And everybody knows James Gunn from a lot of really fantastic movies, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. It was obnoxious. The graphics were obnoxious. The texture work was obnoxious. The dialogue was even more obnoxious. Mechanics, everything was just annoying. And I'm surprised it got the all right reviews it did. I returned that after one day. And then I got Bayonetta for Xbox 360 because last year Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U was getting all sorts of praise.
Right.
and I was curious about Bayonetta, and that game is the epitome to me of what I think of Japanese nonsense. It is.
If you look at it, you're right. If you look at it from a story standpoint, it's stupid. Now, from a gameplay standpoint, it's brilliant. But the story and Bayonetta as a character and everything else is ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, it is complete nonsense. You know, you get the stereotype about some really, really, really deep Japanese IPs, and the stories make no sense, and they're going into this made-up lore that is just so deep and twisted that you lose your mind over it. And I couldn't
figure out what was going on.
Yeah, I need a reason to play a game, and I didn't know what I was fighting for. I didn't know what was good, what was bad, and why there was terrible music everywhere. In fact, there was a point where I turned the music all the way off. And it was pretty much a button mashup. And I normally don't have an issue with it if the story is good with button mashing games. But this one I got done after 2 days. I was like, it's not for me. So I guess we can get into some of the news that kind of came in the past couple of weeks. The Oculus Rift is the pricing has been kind of leaked, and
$350 plus.
Yeah, $350 for the base level, and $1,000 for like their best version.
And for me, man, if they do that, if that's the price for VR, it's not going to hit mass market. Like, it'll remain a niche product, and it won't be as big as everybody's hoping it'll be.
Yeah, $350 I can understand, because for proper VR, the technology needs to be there, and it needs to be a premium product. And when people were speculating it was going to be $100, $150, I was like, you're crazy. Do you know how much technology goes into a VR headset? The other big one is Microsoft acquired Havoc, which is huge because Havoc is pretty much in every single big game engine uses Havoc. And the big ones are id Software's Unreal Engine, and then there's Havoc, which a lot of other companies use. So that's kind of crazy that Microsoft will be making money off of all other platforms.
Yeah,
smart for them.
Actually, especially since they're hemorrhaging money off the Xbox One not doing too well. I mean, Sony can, have a lot of people making games, or they're going to get a percentage of all games made, I guess. So,
yeah. Well, they're not really hemorrhaging anymore. They're doing all right. They're not doing PlayStation level success.
Right.
They're doing all right. I think it's kind of crazy that a video game companies would strive to be number one. I was like, hey, you can do just fine being number two.
Yeah.
I was like, as long as you're not Nintendo,
Here you go.
Other than that, there's no other big news. There's Uncharted. The Uncharted collection has favorable reviews, and I highly recommend that to people who have not played one or all of them in the previous generation. And in fact, from all the reviews I've read, the first one, they refined the controls and a lot of the glitches. So the PS4 version, also all the games are upgraded to 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second rate, which is actually kind of badass. I've actually never seen an Uncharted game on 60 FPS.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. Well, yeah, that's it for news. Now, what's coming out? It'll start to get interesting for the rest of the year, because at least here's what's interesting to me for the rest of the year. So, in about October 8th or 13th, something like that, you have the first expansion for The Witcher 3 that'll arrive. Divinity Original Sin Director's Cut, Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, all on that same day. We should get the Star Wars Battlefront comes out next month, right? Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Curious.
Just Cause 3.
Oh, yeah. I pre-ordered that, by the way.
Tomb Raider on...
you have the PlayStation, so that'll be a few months.
Well, on PC, I'd probably get on PC anyway, and that'll be January. So it'll come out in November on 1 and 360, and in January on PC.
I can't think of anything else. There's a lot of AAA stuff coming out, and I actually pre-ordered Tomb Raider. I pre-ordered the Xbox One one. I pre-ordered Just Cause 3, and I did pre-order Halo 5 as well.
Well, there's no more split screen. There's no more LAN.
Yeah, which is stupid.
I mean, that's part of the big thing that differentiated Halo from other games.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. I mean, as of right now,
one game is not a reason to get a system.
Huh?
One game is not a reason to get a system, even if the game's good.
And yeah, you're right. And Halo, it's like, so if Halo comes out and it's solid, then me being me, that might make me think about it. But I just, as of right now, it's just
you can just play it.
Does everything better, and
so, go to a Blockbuster and just rent the video game system and the game.
Go to Blockbuster. Go to Blockbuster? Really?
Oh, and I did. I pre-ordered the. I think I told you this the last time. The expensive box set for Uncharted 4. $120, bitch.
Wow.
Well, that's all I have on my end.
Me too. 'Tis all.
All right, homie.
All right, so we'll be back up in a couple weeks. We're gonna start posting this stuff to Twitter, Instagram, so that people know when episodes are going in.
Yeah. I'll
then we're gonna have some Let's Plays with me and Umair, you know, so people know that he plays video games.
Anybody wants to play with us, let's play.
You got problems.
Yeah. All right. All right. I guess that's it for us. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and let us know, anyone listening, if there's stuff that you want to talk about. Any game of interest. Any games you think our professional opinions would matter. Good day, all.
Later, man.